Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another yet exciting session of Q Club, where we bring in the best minds to inspire, educate, and most importantly, make us look cooler by association. Now, let's be honest, most of us here have at some point tried designing something, looked at it, and immediately thought, hmm, maybe design isn't my thing. But let me introduce you our guest today. She masters the art of design. She turns ideas into visuals that don't just look good, but tell us a story. Please give a big round of applause to Miss Ariana Koyel. I know तुम तालियां नहीं बजा सकते, but at least send the emoji. Show some enthusiasm, guys. Right. Keep it up. This is the enthusiasm that we need. So, moving on, Koyaldi, we are so excited to have you here. How are you feeling today?
Thank you, first of all, for such a nice introduction, Divyanshi. It was
Thank you.
great. And yeah, I'm also very excited. Looking forward to talk to you guys and have some insightful conversation.
Right. Thank you so much. It's great that you enjoy to be with us.
Yeah.
Now, they say that every artist has a story. Some start with a passion for doodling, some with an obsession over fonts, and some, like me, probably just open the Photoshop, stare at it for hours, and then close it without doing anything. So, getting back to the journey, Koyaldi,
Yeah.
we have some questions for you. First of
Sure.
all, we would love to know what inspired you to start your journey in design? And was there a moment when you knew that this is your calling?
So initially during my childhood days, if I say, like when I was in school, so we used to have all these co-curricular activities and a lot of things that used to happen. So I was someone who was always into all those things rather than studies. So everybody since childhood was like always motivated me or kind of pushed me towards the fact that okay, like you are kind of made for this, you are quite creative, you should try your luck over here. And that's when basically after I just did my uh, like after my 12th basically, so that's when I just started searching that what course we could take. And then that's when I decided that okay, like we can give it a try. So yeah, that's how it just started. And over the years, obviously, after projects, experience after experience, somewhere it felt like that. Okay, this is my inner calling, and I should be over here.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you were born with the talent, as they say that without hard work, talent doesn't do anything. So, props to you. Next question. Many people think that design is just about making things pretty, but we know that it's more than that, right? So, how would you describe a good design?
See, design, first of all, the concept of design that being aesthetics is actually secondary. Like aesthetics or the good looking part is not that actually important, but the most important thing about design is solving the problem. So, whosoever is your client or whosoever is the problem that is facing, like be it any student or be it anybody in terms of design. So, as a designer, our main objective is to kind of solve that problem, whatever the problem it is, solve that problem, and definitely to make it look visually appealing towards the audience, towards your target market. So that is secondary, but primarily it's very important to solve the problem.
Yeah, definitely. We need to keep a note of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, yes. So, what's one design mistake you see beginners make all the time, besides using Comic Sans, of course?
I think, see, as a beginner, like if anybody doesn't have a particular guideline to start, or like we all know, like the market is very much saturated, and everybody is kind of a designer nowadays, and a lot of things are happening. So if you are just following someone who is not up to the mark itself, then that itself is a wrong guidance for a beginner designer, and that will definitely cost you heavy in the long run, because in the basics, if you start learning the wrongs, then it's very difficult to rectify all those mistakes, all those learnings, and unlearning it and again learning something that is actually worth it. So yeah, like the first thing is like whatever you are taking as an inspiration, that should be like that should be something which is worth taking inspiration of. Otherwise, it will not make no sense.
Right. So choosing the right mentor
Yeah.
to begin with. That's for sure very important. The next thing, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when starting out? Did you ever have a project that made you think, maybe like, you know what, I could have been a doctor instead?
No, not honestly. So initially, like I did my bachelor's in fashion design, and not specifically into branding or visual identity. So during my initial years, when I started working into corporate and all these fashion houses, so that time somewhere I felt like that okay, this is not something I probably have dreamt of doing. Like yeah, I see my inner calling was always like doing everything that is visually appealing, something that is related to visuals, branding, and photography, all these things. But I was good with whatever I was doing, that is secondary part. But I wasn't satisfied. Like the self satisfaction was never there. So that is some time that I really thought for once, like if I am actually made for this, or is this the right path I should choose, or should I go for something else and do a master's and just switch my career? So that was a phase in my life. But yeah, later I just switched my career from fashion to visual, and yeah, then everything just went smooth.
Well, that's good to know. And I think there is always a phase in everybody's life, whatever career we choose. We always have some doubts in between. We always go through that time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. But you never gave up. That's the main point to know. And we would love to have some learning. We would love to have some practical insights from you, from your learning and experience. So what's your advice for students who want to build a strong design portfolio? Should they include everything or be selective about it?
See, being selective is very important in 2025, because nowadays people don't hire people or designers who generalize in everything. Okay, so you need to have a niche. You can have a niche of social media, you can have a niche of logo design, you can just have a niche of visual branding. Like I know like all these things come under one umbrella, but still have an expertise in something. Like for me, if I speak, I have my expertise in branding and logo design and this segment. But that doesn't mean that I'm only doing that. At the same time, for the clients for whom I'm building the brands, I'm building the logo, I'm also helping them with their social media, how they can take it. I'm also helping them sometimes with their websites, because the entire thing falls under one umbrella, that is brand. Okay, so that is very important. Now, as a beginner, when somebody is just learning, and they should be open to like changes. Like see, initially you never know that if you will be ever be able to create a career in branding. You might be just best fit for maybe website design, or you might be best fit for social media. So you never know in the beginning. So initial years you need to practice all the things, you need to do whatever interests you. In terms of portfolio, I think it's important that you can put a bit of variety in it, like maybe some posters, maybe some different kind of maybe some logo design, branding. You can put different things, but make sure that you don't put a lot of things, because whenever you're sending your portfolio to someone, because honestly when I also do hirings, I receive a lot of portfolios which probably has works of like 30-40 pages. So honestly, nobody is interested to see all those things. Nobody would like to see 30 pages, because definitely that person is receiving applications for over like 50 100 candidates. So nobody is going to do that thing. You need to send a 10 to 15 pages scripts portfolio, and that need to have whatever information is there. So yeah, that is the best thing I feel.
Yeah, to all the beginners, you should make a note of it. Now, moving on to our next question. What's the most underrated tool in a designer's arsenal? And please don't say patience because I think we all ran out of that years ago.
Underrated tool, I need to actually think a bit. Uh, but yeah, I think in today's time, if I just speak about myself, in my life, uh, see, I had always been into visuals, and I had been into, like, I'm making brand for other people, I'm making logos, I'm making different kind of creative stuff for other people to make their brand, their visibility, visually appealing. But something that I always did not focused on was my own personal branding until 2023. So right now, this is a like universal truth, in 2025. Just having a lot of skills and degrees won't help you fetch clients if you just don't put your works out there. So whatever work you're doing, be it your daily hustle, be it your any project, like be it just a poster, I would highly recommend that you need to utilize tools like social media, be it any platform you feel like comfortable, be it Instagram, be it LinkedIn, be it Behance, whatever suits. But I'll suggest that you choose two platforms minimum and you keep sharing your contents on a daily basis, because that's gonna help a lot.
Okay, that's great. I think personal branding is really important. And uh, have you ever had a nightmare client? You know, the one that keeps saying that, can you make it pop without explaining what pop exactly means? And how do you deal with such situations? Because I'm sure you must have had such clients.
During my initial years, when I started when I started doing freelancing full time, when I left my corporate jobs and everything, so that time definitely the struggle was a lot, because I left my job, there was no money, there was everything, and all that was dependent on me, that to serve the client the best. So during that years, in my initial years, I'll not name the brand is established right now, the brand is working, they have launched their products and everything, but there was a brand, uh, me and two of my teammates were working together. There were three people. So that was a project which was completely a nightmare to us, because the client themselves did not know what they actually wanted. Okay. So initially they were saying that, okay, we need a logo. In that logo, we need this elements. Like he named just four elements that he need inside the logo. So we knew that it would look complicated, but we thought that, okay, fine, like let's just try and give them some options. So we did it. Then he did not like it. He was like, no, we are not liking it. It's just so much cluttered. So we need something minimal. So like this thing happened, and like there was I like remember we did over 50 to 55 concepts for them for logo design. Only a single logo. I remember we did over 50-55 concepts, and yeah, that was literally a nightmare. It almost stretched for like 2 to 3 months. I think over 3 months it got stretched, but that was something very pathetic, and that was also a time when I went all in, because like that time I was like all in into my freelancing, and I was like I need to be here and I need to establish this. So that time also I had that thought like कि यार अगर ऐसे clients मिलते रहे फिर तो हो गया career बनाना. So yeah,
Right. That
some
must have,
clients are pathetic, you can't help.
okay, that must have been a
Seriously,
nightmare.
50 to 55
Honestly,
revisions.
yeah, 50 to 50, like he just is like जो भी हम बना रहे हैं, he doesn't like it. उसको पसंद नहीं है. He's like कि हाँ ये ठीक है, like इसका ये वाला part is good, but this is not good. We need to do something. We need to do something. Initially he was like कि for the colors also, he was like that we need to use this kind of a colors and everything. So that was related something to the forest and everything. So he wanted a neutral kind of a tone and everything. So we gave him neutral tones, but then later it was like he expected something completely out of the blue. So definitely, see, as a designer, nobody is going to read your mind. Like the clients also needs to understand. I think nowadays still there has a lot of awareness, because a lot of creators are now making a lot of videos and everything. So I think there is a lot of awareness to the clients as well, that they give a proper brief. But yeah, sometimes still the clients themselves, they don't know what they want, and they just expect us that we will do. And also they expect us that wo jo bol rahe we need to do that. It's not like, see, somebody is hiring you for your expertise, so they need to trust your guts, your expertise. But a lot of the times, a lot of clients, they don't. So they will just keep using their mindset. They will ask you to do this, do that. You will know that okay, this is not right, but still at the end you have to convince the clients.
So
So yeah.
did you charge for the revisions? So many revisions.
No, I did not. I could not, basically. Because
I got
matlab,
it.
in every meeting, he used to be so much disappointed and he used to be like, nahi ho raha, aise kaise chalega, it's getting so long, when will you deliver the project? So I was like, yaar, matlab, at the end, it was so frustrating that I was like, okay, let's just do it. Like I just want to wrap it. I just don't want to spend a long hours because after the logo project we also had a contract for packaging design project. But then after that I was like so like hopeless for that client. I was like, no, thank you. I don't want to continue. So it happens.
Yeah, the clients who don't know what they exactly want are definitely a nightmare.
Yeah.
So, what's your creative process when you're working on a new project? We would love to know that how you know when a design is truly finished, or do you just force yourself to stop tweaking it at 3 a.m.?
Honestly, sometimes it happens because at times it happens that you yourself you don't get satisfied enough to do a particular thing. Like right now, I'm working on a project and I have been sketching a lot of ideas and I have sketched over like 20 ideas till now. But I'm still not yet that much satisfied that okay, ये बनाना मतलब कैसा रहेगा. So sometimes it happens, but it's completely the inner call of the designer कि आपको कितना तक करना है या नहीं करना है. Like for me, I prefer that okay, I'll give my best to the client even if it is taking me a bit of longer time. And sometimes they see the clients who are understanding, they also understand that yeah, creative process do take time. It's not like कि हाँ एक बटन है उस पे उसको प्रेस कर दिया एंड लोगो बन गया. एक्चुअली में वो नहीं होता. तो या लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स इट हैपेंस. बट हाँ मतलब एक टाइम के बाद वो अब जैसे लाइक अलॉट ऑफ मतलब अब क्या है, अब इतने सारे साल के बाद एक एक्सपीरियंस हो गया है. सो नाउ इट हैपेंस कि हाँ यू नो दैट ओके दिस इज समथिंग गुड एंड दिस विल वर्क. सो आफ्टर दैट ऑब्वियसली 5-6 डिजाइन जो भी होता है आई सेंड इट टू द क्लाइंट. क्लाइंट को अगर उसमें से कुछ पसंद आता है एंड देन म्यूचुअली वी जस्ट फिनिश इट अप. Like okay, this is something which I am also liking, which the client is also liking, so we are like okay, we can just close the deal here.
Right. Thank you so much for answering these questions. I think talking to you is not just enlightening, but also very fun to talk to.
Thank you.
Then we'll move on to the next round, which is rapid fire round. So, Aditya Bhaiya will take on.
Okay. Before the rapid fire, Ji, I have a controversial question about
Okay.
the TRS logo. You remember?
Sorry.
TRS logo, Ranveer Alavadiya, BR
Yeah,
biceps.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
TRS logo, the controversy was taken.
yeah.
Okay. So that was the thing. Rajiv Mehta sir was talking about when client poke their nose in your designs.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this? Anik
See,
I thought Anik designed that, and I just wondered how can Anik make this kind of mistake?
See, the thing is, like, I saw the like counter designs, like the other designers and the other community people has designed instead of that. I've seen a lot of big creators also doing alternative logo designs in that place. And I've also seen Anik's personal point of view also after the controversy happened. So see, like we just can't blame Anik here because he himself is a good designer. He has proved it with lots and lots of branding in the industry. So uh, see, at times we also know how Ranveer Alavadia himself is, his thoughts, his expectations, his alignment towards a direction. So you just can't, you never know. So at the point, like after a certain point, Anik might have also felt like that, okay, like Ranveer wants this, it's his brand. He just wants to get rid of it. And definitely Anik has probably earned a hell lot of money with that single project. So Anik has also been like, okay, if the client is happy, then makes no sense. Because at the end, you have to do what the client wants. You just can't do something of your own because the client will not accept and you will never get paid up. So
Yeah, in the end, client should be happy.
yeah, at the end of the day, you have to put up your efforts for the client satisfaction. चाहे कुछ भी जो मतलब that was the reason that I also kept sketching 50 sketches for that client because at that I was also like कि मतलब ठीक है at least satisfy होके project end करके जाए ऐसा ना हो क्योंकि बहुत टाइम पे तो ऐसे भी होता है लोग की like who hosts you right and ये भी होता है कि like suppose that because I usually charge 50% advance for the projects so ये क्या होता है कि whenever the client is paying you 50% advance that client is stuck with you so अगर उस टाइम मैंने 50% एडवांस नहीं लिया होता तो दैट क्लाइंट प्रोबेबली वुड हैव जस्ट लेफ्ट मी इन बिटवीन एंड घोस्टेड मी ऑल द एफर्ट्स जो भी मानो कि मैंने 20-25 डिजाइन का भी एफर्ट्स बनाए होंगे वो मेरा वेस्ट जाता इट वुड हैव मेड नो सेंस सो या मतलब एज अ डिजाइनर ऑल्सो यू नीड टू थिंक अ बिट ऑफ फ्रॉम द बिजनेस माइंड
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to start the rapid fire round. You
आई एम
just have
स्केर्ड
to what comes in your mind first, just say that. Okay.
ओके
One design trend you love.
सॉरी
One design trend you love.
बेंटो ग्रेट
Okay. One design trend you think should disappear forever.
कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है ऐसे
Okay, we should move to the next.
या
Most most overused color in design.
मोस्ट ओवरयूज्ड कलर
Yeah.
I think yellow. Most of the brands,
I think too.
yeah, they just I don't know what is the obsession for yellow, but people just loves yellow. And I don't
Yellow with
feel that
black.
yellow is such a great color itself to use for every branding.
Yellow with black, na? Yellow
Yeah,
and black. One word to describe your design style.
minimal. I am mostly into the minimal side of the design.
If you had to design with only one typeface for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Typeface, only one typeface.
Typeface with the fonts.
Okay. If you would have asked me like 15 days ago, I would have said you Poppins, like any other designer. But recently, I have just shifted myself to Railway, and I'm liking it.
Which one
So,
I should use?
Railway, I'll just type the name on the chat box.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Most of the designers say Helvetica.
No, I'm not very much fond of Helvetica. Instead of Helvetica, I actually like Poppins and Monsterette more. I
Yeah.
have used Poppins for a lot of brands, and I loved it in my personal brand also. I use it. But yeah, recently I just came across this flat railway, and I'm loving it.
Oh. Next question. Dream brand you would love to design.
See, I mostly love designing FMCG brands because of the vibrancy and colors. So any brand that fall under this FMCG sector is kind of my dream brand. And I usually I usually give them discounts also to just close the deal because I'm like "नहीं, ये करना है."
Okay.
Yeah.
What's words? What is words? Pixelated images or misaligned text?
Misaligned text. I think image at the point also still works, but misaligned text will hit you bad.
Work late night or early morning?
Late night.
Client feedback that made you question reality. I mean, seriously, this is a demand. Make it 10% happier.
No, not like that. See, half of the time my clients just don't like give you the testimonials, or half of the time I forget to ask them the testimonials. I'll probably ask them after a long time. So no harsh feelings has been yet with any of the testimonials so far.
Okay. If not a designer, what would you be?
Maybe something related to computers, like software engineer or something like that.
Okay. Favorite YouTube designer?
Favorite YouTube designer?
Yeah.
I really like Abby Connick's work, and there is another guy called Will
William
something.
Peterson? Peterson, I guess.
Peterson, yes, Peterson.
Yeah.
Will Peterson. I like these two designers' work a lot.
Inspiration as person. I mean, inspirational person.
Inspiration as?
Person as a person who you inspired by, but give you inspiration.
Actually, a lot of people like see initial years, as I told you, like I was into like fashion. So that time, see my education in design has been into fashion specifically. I have not particularly studied a lot about the branding and visual and communication side. So my in the initial years of fashion design, I used to love like few of the designers. Like one of the like big designers in fashion industry is Alexander McQueen. So you guys can Google, and his work into the fashion industry was like really superb, and he's considered one of the best one. So yeah, I really liked his works, and that actually made me kind of an inspirational to that.
Really, can you write it like in the chat because
Yeah,
people can
sure.
search.
Alexander McQueen.
So we are done with the rapid fire round, and now we take questions from our audience. I mean, the students.
Great.
So guys, raise your hands and or questions give write in the comment.
I think there is one question in the chat box already
Yeah,
from
it's Sneha
someone.
Sipati.
Yeah, I'll just start with this meanwhile.
Yeah.
So, see, in terms of logo, for me and for other designers also, मतलब जितने भी लोगों के साथ मैंने personal conversation किया है, everybody loves to sketch their logos, and that sketch should happen with hand. Okay, so one thing I learned during my college days at my college, so one of my professor told this, that we might just learn softwares, we might just do a lot of things, like there are too many softwares right now, too many devices, आईपैड है, वैकॉम है, कितने सारे कुछ है अभी, ठीक है, बट एक चीज हमेशा मतलब वी ऑल शुड नो, सी whenever मतलब जो भी डिजाइनर बनता है during our childhood years, we everybody of us has probably like started with painting. Okay, doing painting and sketching and coloring, all these things. So it's very important कि जो as a designer जो हमारे मन में या फिर जो दिमाग में चल रहा है, वो चीज पेन एंड पेंसिल के ऊपर लाइक करना, ठीक है, बिकॉज इवन इफ यू आर डूइंग इट डिजिटली ना, देर इज अ स्क्रीन दैट इज कमिंग इन बिटवीन यू एंड द स्केच, but if you're doing it rough on the paper, you can actually feel it. Okay, and whenever you're doing it by hand, I myself also experienced it कि ideas तब ज्यादा आने लगता है. सो दैट इज वन फर्स्ट थिंग कि जो भी दिमाग में आ रहा है वो हाथ से करो, एक पेंसिल एंड पेपर लेके, फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग, जो मतलब जहाँ से इंस्पिरेशन लेना चाहिए अगर मैं बोलूँ, सो आई टेक इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम टू थिंग्स. First is from books. There are a lot of logo design books that you can refer to. And the second thing is Behance. You can just go to Behance. You can search for pro designers. I'll suggest now कि pro designers ही search करो, because uh, everybody is a designer nowadays, and you might end up like looking into logo जो actually inspiration worthy नहीं है. So you can like just check good designers जिनका portfolio है, जहाँ पे पूरा process है. So that will inspire you a lot, and you will understand a lot of things. So this three advice I would like to give.
Okay, I didn't take pencil and paper. I always made it on Wacom, just on directly on screen.
Initially I also used to do the same usually. ठीक है, मतलब शुरू में तो ऐसा था कि like I used to see eventually inspiration तो सब वही digital जगह से ही आता है. So initially I also used to do like कि Pinterest से कुछ download कर लिया, कहीं और से screenshot ले लिया कुछ, and all the digital files जो है उसको लेके then I used to sit into Illustrator and I used to directly trace it into Illustrator, and automatically 5-6 डिजाइन के बाद फिर दिमाग काम करना बंद हो जाता है, बिकॉज उसमें क्या होता है कि आप जो है उसी चीज को आप ट्रेस कर रहे हो, उसी चीज को आप मैनिपुलेट करके आप डिजाइन कर रहे हो. सो उसमें क्या होता है कि ओरिजिनलिटी भी नहीं आएगी, एंड एट द सेम टाइम मतलब आपका आइडियाज भी एक टाइम के बाद कम हो जाएगा. बट अगर इफ यू आर मेकिंग अ मूड बोर्ड, जो भी इंस्पिरेशन है, जहां से भी इंस्पिरेशन है, स्क्रीनशॉट्स लेके इफ यू आर मेकिंग अ मूड बोर्ड एंड वो मूड बोर्ड देख के इफ यू जस्ट डूइंग रफ स्केचेस, आई थिंक दैट वुड हेल्प यू बेटर. ये मतलब मैंने मेरे साथ भी मैंने फील किया है ये सब चीजें कि मेरे लिए इट हैज वर्कड अ लॉट.
I could try. Okay, Rudra, you can ask the question. Unmute yourself.
Yes. So, have you incorporated AI like recently in your workflows, or you are not at all using it?
No, definitely I have like utilized, and I utilize AI to my daily basis in my life, like for my own personal projects, for all the ongoing projects that's happening in my studio, in between my teams. So yeah, we are very much accustomed with AI, and I think we should
Okay,
adopt it. Yeah.
okay. So, I have some short films in AI that I have made, and I have some clients in US. I'm doing work with them using like AI models, fine tuning, and all image
Okay.
generations. So,
Hmm.
where can I connect with you? Like,
You can just connect me over Instagram.
okay, yes. One question as well.
Yeah.
Like, starting from my 12th class, it's a bit personal. Is it fine if I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, starting from my 12th class, my teachers told me that this social media is not good, this, that. So, from the starting, I had like a fear of getting distracted on like these social medias. So, I never made an account on Instagram or any other account. So, I was very good in generative AI from starting like uh, since 2 years. I am into AI, and I made so much of work. I found some graphic designer. He said that you should like make a personal brand or something.
Hmm.
Something. I some made some 2 3 Reddit posts, and from there I getting clients from there. But do you really feel that Instagram is worth the hassle to like? Is a place for branding, or is it just a personal social media?
See, if you ask me with a person who is having over 15K followers on Instagram, then I'll definitely say yes. Because
Okay,
90% of my clients come from social media. Okay, I have hardly done outbound reach. Most of my leads are inbound. Okay, and they mostly come from my content creation and social media. Okay, so I will definitely suggest it. Like I said previously, that people do take like this social media platforms a bit underrated. They think that कुछ नहीं होगा content बनाने से and everything. But आज के time पे if you're making content and you're putting it out there, then you can be rest assured that people are seeing it. People will watch it. Maybe not today, but after a year they will watch it, and it will take your journey there. But हाँ, obviously it matters कि आपका काम का quality कैसा है, आप कैसा काम कर रहे हो, कौन से projects के ऊपर काम कर रहे हो. So definitely these are the main factors जो हमेशा रहेगा. But I feel social media, मतलब सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया नहीं, द एंटायर इंटरनेट वर्ल्ड इज बेसिकली समथिंग दैट कैन क्रिएट डिस्ट्रैक्शन. राइट, इट्स नॉट लाइक जब कि सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम पे प्रॉब्लम होगा. आप अगर फेसबुक कर रहे हो, फेसबुक से भी प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. टिकटॉक कर रहे हो, टिकटॉक से भी हो सकता है. स्नैपचैट कर रहे हो, स्नैपचैट से भी हो सकता है. इवन इफ यू योर सेल्फ यू वॉन्ट टू गेट स्पॉइल्ड, you can do a lot of things in WhatsApp itself. Doesn't matter. And if you just have a smartphone, then also it can be harmful. सो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट्स आवर ओन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि हम किस चीज़ को करना चाहते हैं. इफ यू आर डिटरमाइंड टू डू द गुड थिंग, देन डेफिनेटली आई डोंट थिंक दैट शुड बी अ प्रॉब्लम. You will end up doing the good thing only.
okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
There is another question in chat box.
I'm See, a lot of time it happens that people do demand experienced designers, but there are a lot of groups and everything जहाँ पे लोग freshers भी demand करते हैं. I can suggest you two solutions in this case. एक solution यह है कि you can just do an internship with someone, चाहे free में कर लो, because see, ये भी बहुत अभी रील्स आ गया है कि फ्री में काम मत करो एंड एवरीथिंग. बट सी, इनिशियल ईयर्स में सबको, जो लोग फ्री में काम करने का वो माइंडसेट रखता है, दे कैन एक्चुअली वॉक, मतलब दे कैन लर्न गुड. अगर कोई अच्छा डिजाइनर के अंडर तुम फ्री में भी इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हो ना, तो दैट विल फेच यू अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस एंड गुड अमाउंट ऑफ पोर्टफोलियो वर्क्स, एंड ऑल्सो यू कैन एड इट टू योर रिज्यूमे कि हाँ मैंने इस जगह पे काम किया है, तो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है, तो वो आपके एक्सपीरियंस पे ऐड होगा. फर्स्ट थिंग। एंड इसके अलावा सेकंड थिंग है कि जो भी आप प्रोजेक्ट्स कर रहे हो उसको आप ऐसा टाइप में बनाओ ताकि वो सूडो प्रोजेक्ट्स लगे ही ना, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स मेरा भी बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स होता है, मतलब इनिशियली, मतलब अभी तो चलो क्लाइंट प्रोजेक्ट्स होता है सो वी पुट दैट ओनली, बट इन द इनिशियल ईयर्स बहुत टाइम पे होता था कि देयर यूज्ड टू अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट्स जो मतलब मे बी मेरा सूडो प्रोजेक्ट्स है, बट यू डोंट नीड टू टेल इट टू द क्लाइंट ना दैट इट्स अ सूडो प्रोजेक्ट, let them just deal with it like what kind of a brand it is. So you can just tell anything, it doesn't matter, क्योंकि if you're probably, if you're putting up 10 brands का काम, they are not going to google it and search all the 10 brands. So अगर तुम्हारा काम अच्छा है, I think they will eventually hire you. And you don't need to like tell that कि हाँ experience है कि नहीं है. Just go with the flow. You don't need to expose everything about you on the first meeting.
Okay. Any other questions?
Some of the design like AI tools actually काफ़ी सारे हैं, and time के साथ trend के साथ a lot of things are new coming. uh, all time अगर मैं बोलूँ then definitely chat GPT is the best solution, because I use chat GPT on a daily basis even to like sketch out a rough idea about a content. अगर मुझे कोई कंटेंट बनाना है और मेरे को नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि क्या लेआउट बनाना है या समथिंग, सो आई जस्ट यूज लाइक आई जस्ट अपलोड अ रेफरेंस इमेज and I just ask कि give me 2-3 concepts similar to this. So you can use chat gpt definitely. इसके अलावा there's mid journey. मिड जर्नी के alternatives जो है लियोनार्डो या फिर प्लेग्राउंड या यू कैन यूज देम फॉर जनरेटिंग ऑल दो स्टफ्स. इसके अलावा अब तो सब चीज़ में एआई आ गया है, लाइक इफ यू आर डूइंग इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिजाइन प्रोसेस का, जैसे सीआरएम लाइक मैनेजमेंट करना अगर प्रोजेक्ट को, तो यू कैन यूज नोशन का एआई. एंड काफ़ी सारे हैं, मतलब बेस्ड ऑन योर ओन, मतलब डिज़ाइन प्रोसेस अब सबका अलग अलग होता है. इफ़ यू आर डूइंग अ सोशल मीडिया प्रोजेक्ट तो उसका डिज़ाइन प्रोसेस अलग होगा, इफ़ यू आर डूइंग अ लोगो डिज़ाइन प्रोजेक्ट तो उसका अलग होगा. तो सबका अलग अलग है. जैसे आई हैव फ्री पिक प्रीमियम वर्जन, तो फ्री पिक में अभी जैसे वीडियो जनरेशन, ऑडियो जनरेशन एंड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, मतलब उसके अंदर ही काफ़ी सारे एआई टूल्स अब वो लोग देने लगे हैं. तो मेरा जैसे उसमें ही मेजरली काम चल जाता है काफ़ी सारे, to generate videos or audios or whatsoever.
Okay. So if there is no questions, I can ask other questions. This is the important question because the future of design, this is AI will take over. This is the biggest fear in the industry now.
See, AI will not take over the 100% of the thing. कुछ चीज़ें तो obviously AI will take over like the basic task. So right now इसीलिए मतलब when I started the conversation that time only I told that having a skill, like having a particular niche and expertise is very important, because AI can't do the expert task. AI can only give you and help you with the basic task. AI can give you probably a lot of ideas for logo design. AI can give you concepts कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है एवरीथिंग, बट एट द एंड वो मैनुअल जो टच है वो करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज बिगेस्ट थिंग इज दैट एआई डजंट हैव एम्पैथी, एंड एज ह्यूमंस वी हैव एम्पैथी, एंड एम्पैथी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर डिजाइन. सो दैट इज अ क्रूशियल थिंग. तो आई डोंट थिंक कि मतलब उतना भी डरने का कोई चीज़ है इफ वी आर अडॉप्टिंग द tools. We just need to go with the flow. We need to adopt the tools. Like initial days में like मेरे को भी मेरे कॉलेज में बहुत सारे लोगों ने बोला था कि लाइक एआई विल नॉट वर्क, लाइक द प्रोफेसर्स बेसिकली कि एआई विल नॉट वर्क एंड all those things. But yeah, at the end now even those colleges are providing AI courses, so you know.
Okay, so there is a question that in AI you need expertise, but for the beginners, because a senior designer like you can do many tasks in less time, many projects in less time. So you will take the load from the space, and the beginner designers will not get the work.
नो सी दिस इज नॉट द केस ऑलवेज, बिकॉज सी लाइक बहुत टाइम पे होता है कि देखो अब जब एक सीनियर डिजाइनर अगर एक प्रोजेक्ट करेगा तो ही विल चार्ज इनफ फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट. अब हो सकता है किसी जो क्लाइंट है उनके पास वो बजट ना हो, इसीलिए मैंने बोला इनिशियल डेज में जो भी बिगिनर स्टार्ट कर रहा है ना, अगर उनका माइंडसेट ये रहा कि नहीं मुझे मतलब अनीक इज चार्जिंग 85,000 सो आई नीड टू एटलीस्ट चार्ज 55,000, अगर इस कंसेप्ट से कोई बिगिनर स्टार्ट कर रहा है तो इट्स वेरी हार्ड। मतलब यू हैव टू स्टार्ट विद द फैक्ट दैट कि हाँ मेरे को अगर 5,000 भी मिलेगा तो वो बहुत है। मेरे को अगर मतलब इनिशियल लेवल में अगर मुझे काम नहीं भी मिल रहा है, आई एम जस्ट बीइंग एबल टू वर्क फॉर फ्री फॉर अ रियल क्लाइंट हु हैज एटलीस्ट ट्रस्टेड मी विद द फैक्ट कि हाँ चलो तुम कर दो काम, तो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो इसीलिए मतलब इट्स नॉट दैट कि देखो जब मैं इनिशियल ईयर्स में थी तो इट वाज माय फैक्ट आल्सो कि मैं एक टाइम पे सारे काम नहीं हैंडल कर पाती। ठीक है, अब तो चलो ठीक है, आई हैव अ टीम कि मैं अगर खुद काम हैंडल नहीं भी कर पाती हूँ सो दे आर हैंडलिंग माय प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड वी आर वर्किंग एज अ टीम। बट इनिशियल ईयर्स में तो वो भी नहीं था ना, इनिशियल ईयर्स में आई ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड अलोन। आई वाज आल्सो इनटू लाइक मेरे को कंटेंट क्रिएशन करना है, मेरे को पोर्टफोलियो बनाना है, मेरे को क्लाइंट को भी सर्व करना है, तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें होता रहता है। सो एज मतलब एज अ डिजाइनर जो ये चीज मतलब एज अ फ्रीलांसिंग डिजाइनर, मतलब आई एम नॉट टेलिंग अबाउट पीपल हु आर वर्किंग इन ऑफिस, बट या एज फ्रीलांसर्स हमारे लिए डिसिप्लिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज प्ले करता है कि हमारा जो डेली रूटीन है वो रूटीन बहुत डिसिप्लिन्ड हो एंड वी शुड हैव दैट एबिलिटी टू मैनेज टाइम। तो दो चार चीजें अगर प्रोफेशनलिज्म का हम लोग थोड़ा ध्यान रखते हैं ना, देन आई थिंक इट्स लाइक इवन अ बिगिनर डिजाइनर कैन ऑल्सो फ्लरिश।
Okay, got it. Thank you. And another question for beginners only. Is YouTube enough to learn designing, or
Yeah, it
it,
is enough. It is enough. The only thing is that what is your goal? Okay, so now if you just want to learn design and you feel like that, okay, like if I don't get a job, like you have to keep job as the backup plan. If you're learning from design, definitely you will not get a degree. Okay, but you will get a lot of skills अगर तुम practice करते हो। तो अगर वो दिमाग में रहेगा कि मतलब इवन इफ आई डोंट गेट अ जॉब आई विल वर्क इनफ हार्ड एंड आई विल वर्क हार्ड विथ माई स्किल्स ताकि मेरे को फ्रीलांसिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स तो मिलता रहे, या फिर एटलीस्ट आई एंड अप डूइंग इंटर्नशिप एंड देन आफ्टर इंटर्नशिप आई गो टू जॉब एंड एवरीथिंग आई डू। ठीक है, सो फॉर दैट केस इट इज गुड इनफ। बट इफ समबडी हैज दैट थिंग कि नहीं मुझे एक बहुत अच्छे कंपनी में जॉब करना है, आई वांट टू बिकम अ यूआई यूएक्स डिजाइनर एट माइक्रोसॉफ्ट और आई वांट टू बिकम अ यूएक्स डिजाइनर एट एप्पल or any of the big four companies, then definitely you will have to go to college and not just some basic college, you have to do your degree from a tier 1 college. So वही है, डिपेंड करता है कि आपका कैरियर गोल्स क्या है।
reach out to you, ma'am?
या
This question is good. When can or should I call myself a good designer?
when can or should I call myself a good designer? See, you should never call yourself a good designer. Others should call you a good designer. दैट्स द बिगेस्ट थिंग। क्योंकि अगर आप अपने काम को देख के आपको लगने लगेगा ना कि दैट योर वर्क इज गुड एंड इट्स द बेस्ट इन द इंडस्ट्री, देन उसके बाद आप आगे नहीं बढ़ पाओगे। यू विल नेवर फील लाइक डेवलपिंग। उसके बाद यू विल नेवर फील लाइक कि हाँ मेरे को अभी भी बहुत सारा काम करना है, मेरे को अभी भी चीज़ें मतलब ग्रो करना है। यू विल नॉट बी, मतलब आपका वहीं पे आपका मतलब एक जो मोटिवेशन होता है अच्छा बनने का वो खत्म हो जाएगा। सो यू शुड नेवर कॉल योर सेल्फ अ गुड डिजाइनर, यू शुड वेट, यू शुड मतलब वही है कि ना मतलब कीप डूइंग द वर्क, जो भी हार्ड वर्क है वो करते रहो, लेट अदर पीपल से दैट यू आर अ गुड डिजाइनर। दैट इज व्हेन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि हाँ चलो कुछ तो अचीव किया है लाइफ में।
Okay. And another rapid fire question I missed that
ओके,
Illustrator or Photoshop?
so it depends. Actually, both. I use both on a daily basis. Now, I use Illustrator for all the print media works because वो printing में जाता है and vector हमें चाहिए। लोगो डिज़ाइन के लिए भी मैं वो यूज़ करती हूँ। बट जब मेरे को सोशल मीडिया का कुछ करना होता है, कोई भी मैनिपुलेशन वर्क, कोई फ्लायर हो गया, कुछ मतलब छोटा मोटा जो भी काम है डेली बेसिस में, मैं फोटोशॉप ज़्यादा यूज़ करती हूँ। सो
यही question था.
हाँ मतलब इट्स लाइक सी फोटोशॉप एंड एआई, फोटोशॉप एंड इलस्ट्रेटर इज लाइक काइंड ऑफ लाइक यू कैन टेल दैट फोटोशॉप इज माय लव एंड इलस्ट्रेटर इज द सोल because both
Great,
are
great.
important. I think we missed one question over here, something. Sometimes it's difficult to make a design unique or stand out. It takes a lot of time. So unique and stand out अगर करवाना है तो उसमें सी व्हेनेवर यू आर डूइंग अ प्रोजेक्ट, वो किसी एक तो नहीं कर, मतलब if you're doing a passion project, then that is a different thing. For a passion project you can take help like feedback from your friends or peers and everything. But अगर एक client project कर रहे हो तो उस time पे तो definitely you will have to take the feedback from the client itself. तो अगर client को at the after a certain point अगर लग रहा है कि हाँ ये अच्छा है, ये unique है, ये हम कर सकते हैं, तो that time I think it's a easy process for you, because उसके बाद you don't need to take a lot of time, क्योंकि क्लाइंट विल कीप ऑन गिविंग यू फीडबैक्स। बहुत टाइम पे रियलिस्टिक फीडबैक्स देंगे, बहुत टाइम अनरियलिस्टिक फीडबैक्स भी देंगे। सो उसके बेसिस में यू विल हैव टू डू द चेंजेस, एंड तभी यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि हाँ मतलब दिस इज अ यूनिक, दिस इज अ स्टैंड आउट प्रोजेक्ट। One of the most important thing which I like to add in between is that he, as a designer, like we definitely हमारे लिए बहुत important है that we solve the problems and everything, but also at the same time presentation is very important. Okay, so suppose if you're creating a logo or a branding project and वो maybe आप just ऐसे ही मतलब PNG एक निकाल के, एक फोटो निकाल के आप WhatsApp पे शेयर कर रहे हो, so that might not impress the client a lot. But if you're creating a proper PDF, even if it's like 5-6 pages ka PDF, I'm not telling to send you the entire brand guidelines starting me, but at least if you're creating a 5-10 pages ka PDF and you're putting up the process, a concept, ki, haan, this is the logo, this I have done, and there is this color, the meaning of it, then I think clients are more, like there are chances that client will be more impressed and your project will be closed soon. So मेरे को भी ये प्रॉब्लम था इनिशियल ईयर्स में, बट वन ऑफ माय फेलो कलीग्स, यू कैन टेल ही इज आल्सो अ फ्रीलांसर, ही टोल्ड मी दिस थिंग दैट presentation is very important to clients. So we should always focus on how we are presenting our concepts to the client or to our audience, be it in social media or be it when you are like doing a meeting with your client on Google or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another thing of beginners is freelance for freelancing, Fiverr, Upwork, or freelancer.com, like these platforms, how much they competitive, or is there any chance for beginners?
See, the thing is, I personally I have never used any of this. Okay. But I know designers who have used this and who are successful in it. Like they like, see, nobody discloses their income, right? But still I have seen them that yeah, they're doing a decent life. So I am hoping that yeah, this too works. But एक कंसेप्ट ये है ऑब्वियसली मुझे कि सी इन ऑल दिस प्लेटफॉर्म देर आर ऑलरेडी प्लेंटी ऑफ डिजाइनर्स, ठीक है, मतलब वहाँ पे भरे भरे डिजाइनर्स, एंड अगर आप एक नया प्रोफाइल बना रहे हो तो वो नया प्रोफाइल यू नेवर नो कि वो कितने पेज में रैंक करेगा, बिकॉज फर्स्ट पेज पे तो नहीं आएगा, और क्लाइंट के पास उतना भी पेशेंस नहीं होता कि वो 7th या 8th पेज तक देखे। यूजुअली लोग फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड पेज ही देखेंगे, उसके बाद दिल नॉट like go to other pages and search for a designer. So this is a main thing जो मुझे लगता है कि if you're like as a beginner, if you're creating a profile, then how will you make yourself notice in front of your client who is searching for you? So that is one of the biggest tasks मुझे लगता है इन platforms का। But हाँ मतलब there are people who are doing good, so like everybody can try their luck at least.
Yeah, because this become too much competitive these days. Who
Yeah,
started
very true.
earlier, 2015, 16, 17, that was a good point.
Definitely, yeah. अब तो बहुत मतलब nowadays thing is like everybody has become a designer. After there is Canva and Figma, two big free tools we have. So अब तो बहुत saturate हो गया, and honestly even clients do also suffer in this case, because बहुत time पे होता है कि maybe कोई अपने portfolio में मे बी किसी और का काम चिपका देते हैं, या फिर कोई ऐसा काम चिपका देता है जो मे बी कुछ टेम्पलेट वगैरह से बना लिया हो, ठीक है, बट एक्चुअली में उनका वो नॉलेज नहीं होता, मे बी बिगिनर लेवल का नॉलेज होता है। तो बहुत टाइम पे मेरे पास बहुत सारे ऐसे भी क्लाइंट्स आए हैं जिन्होंने ऑलरेडी मतलब दे हैव वेस्टेड thousands and thousands of rupees to poor designers, and after that they have come to us and they have worked with us and they have been happy, they have been satisfied. So yeah, मतलब ये भी होता है।
Okay. This was the experience from you. Another question I just forgot about. Any people, do you have guys any questions? Or you are running out of questions? You are missing the opportunity. Is it, then we should wrap it out,
Yeah, yeah, you can.
and we can invite in future any sessions if there
Sure.
is
Okay. Even
any.
if you guys just have any questions later on, you guys can always reach me on my Instagram. I will suggest you to reach me on Instagram because I am mostly active there. And I might not always see my mails as well because my team usually handles all those segments. But yeah, in Instagram, I usually do check.
That's the question about says getting foreign clients, US or Europe.
Hmm.
How
Like
people can
which
outreach or
platform?
should how people should
See,
outreach.
you can get it from Instagram itself, and you can get it from LinkedIn itself. For me, LinkedIn has worked a lot because I used to create contents on LinkedIn as well. So LinkedIn में जो connections आप बनाते हो from different countries and everything, that will help you definitely. And also see like जैसे ये Fiverr वगैरह platforms है, इससे भी people do get benefited. But at the same time रेफरेंसेस वर्क्स मतलब अगर आपका कोई क्लाइंट है जिनका कोई जान पहचान का क्लाइंट है हु इज अब्रॉड दैट विल हेल्प यू आउट इफ यू आर प्रोबेबली इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग अब्रॉड तो उस टाइम आप नेटवर्किंग कर सकते हो वो हेल्प करता है बहुत नेटवर्किंग इज बेसिकली इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल दिस लाइक जब आप आउटबाउंड करते हो ना रीच को इनबाउंड के लिए तो आपका कंटेंट एंड आपका काम ही इनफ है कि आपको वो काम देख के आपका क्लाइंट आ जाएगा बट अगर आप आउटबाउंड कर रहे हो तो उस टाइम पे यू विल हैव टू डू अ सॉलिड नेटवर्किंग चाहे वो डिजाइनर्स के साथ करो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के साथ करो किसी के साथ करो बट नेटवर्किंग विल हेल्प यू लैंड क्लाइंट्स
So this is important for introvert guys. You are guys too much introvert. You don't even ask questions.
I was hell introvert during my school days and everything. Like आज अगर मतलब मेरे स्कूल में से कोई फैकल्टी ने देख लिया ना कि मैं कितने लोग हैं यहाँ पे अभी 16 है आई थिंक 20 के ऊपर लोग थे शुरू में
हाँ,
तो अगर देख लिया किसी ने कि दैट आई एम स्पीकिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ 20 पीपल पुटिंग माय कैमरा ऑन दे विल ओनली बी शॉक्ड seeing this. Although they keep seeing me nowadays on my reels and everything, but yeah, I used to be very introvert. I never used to like I never asked any question, any doubts to my faculties in front of everybody in the class. I was that kind of a girl. Okay, so yeah, like see, everything happens after a certain time. Overnight कुछ नहीं होगा, but वही है कि you have to keep that thing कि मुझे करना है वो चीज़, मुझे उस जगह तक पहुंचना है. अगर आपका वो मोटिव रहेगा तो आप जरूर पहुंचोगे. Perseverance is the key.
there is a Ayush. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ayush.
So this has been an incredible session with you.
I think we have one question. I think last question. See, I have never meditated in my life, so I honestly don't know. But yeah, it can help you because meditation, जितना मेरे को पता है, meditation do help you focus into things and calm you down. So yeah, it can be helpful. You can try it out and see yourself.
So
Let me
from
know
here
results.
there is another question. What is your hobbies, Didi?
My
From
hobbies.
design, aside design.
I do sing a lot. I have a YouTube channel as well. So
Oh, I have seen, I have seen.
yeah, I'm a trained Indian classical singer. So that is my only hobby apart from singing.
So you guys go follow Didi and the content there is useful too.
And one last thing,
Yeah,
for those people like me who don't know your YouTube channel name, what is it? Oil Designs or something else?
yeah, it's Coil
Oil.
Designs.
Okay.
I think from my Instagram account only you guys will get all the links. It's there.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. For wrap up too, let's make a virtual applause for Didi.
See, I've just shared this link. You guys can find it out from here.
And for the audience for being such a nice audience. But
Yeah.
many people left the meeting. Okay, that's okay. But few people has learned a lot from this session, and most of them has asked for the YouTube link. Is there will be recorded session, so that will be helpful for them. Okay,
Hmm.
thank you, Didi, so much. Thank you so much for
Thanks for you
uh,
guys for having me here. It was lovely talking to you guys.
Yeah, I learned a lot too.
Great. So even
So
if like in future also, if you guys are having any queries or something, you can always reach me out on my Insta handle, and I'll definitely try to solve it out.
okay, thank you. So we can end it here. Thank you all. Bye bye. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
great. Good night to you all. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.